welcome back. This is another episode of Just the Tip. Today I'm going to be taking a look at some different things in Zelda 2, probably most specifically fighting, because I think that's where people get tripped up in Zelda 2. If you're going through Death Mountain, why don't you make it through it? It's because some of the enemies killed you. So I'm going to focus on the fighting and combat. So do you have trouble with these bubbles and you don't want to sit and fight them because they take too many hits? Well, you could do that and walk right through them. Little tip for you. So this guy I call Gossamer, because he's like Gossamer from the Looney Tunes cartoons. But he's just a monster. You wait for a break in his pattern of throwing these, I don't even know what they are, fireballs. But he does like a little jump and you'll see a little gap. So like right there, you can go through. I'll show it again. See right, like there, he's got that little break. So you just wait for it, you go through, and then you can get him when you're close to him. So that's how you fight Gossamer. I don't know what his real name is. Oh, when you fight Octaroks, I would recommend letting them shoot their rock first and then going. Pretty obvious, but there's some areas where you'll see, multiple. Oh, these guys, this is almost like Kung Fu here. You can block their stuff, but pretty much just get by them, and like you can flip around and block the boomerangs, but you want to just basically attack them as much as you can. I found a mirror. That's Link speaking. That's his. Is that the first time Link ever speaks in Zelda? Because that's definitely him. He's saying I. You wait all these years to hear Link talk, and that's the first thing he ever says. I found a mirror under the table. That should be. That'd be great. I hope the Zelda movie that comes out, I hope that's what the dialogue's like. I found a mirror under the table. Was there a mirror under this table? No mirror? Oh, that's too bad. Alright, so this is the area where people start to have a hard time in Zelda 2. Ever since I was a kid, I always felt that the difficulty really ramped up in this Death Mountain area. So there's a couple methods to do this. So if you want to do it the safe way, this is how I do it. I usually count. I'll go 1, 2, 3, hit the lizard man. 1, 2, 3, hit the guy, back up. Let's see what would happen if I tried to do this quicker, because you might be like, oh god, that looks like it takes forever. Let's see what happens. Well, I guess that works. I guess that is quicker. Never mind, do that. You just keep attacking him and don't stop. There is a little bit of a rhythm there, and if you fall out of the rhythm, he's gonna hit you. So you're gonna have to practice that, get the rhythm down, but it's kind of like hit, 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 hit. All right, so in this area, there's a couple ways. This is gonna be, I think, our first encounter with a red lizard man. And so you could use jump and jump up there to just get through this, but I want to show you how to fight these guys, because you don't want to be scared of these guys. So here he is. Here's the red lizard man. Now, he's not going to ever come near you. He keeps his distance because he's a ranged guy. He's a ranged attack guy. So he's never going to come right next to you. So you don't have to worry about that. So what you want to get used to is jumping over these axes. When you see the axe go behind him, you will know that an axe is coming. So it's like he has that tell. There it is. There it is. There, you can see it because it's behind his back. So when he's about to throw one, you'll know. And when he throws it, you jump over it, and then you hit him. You attack him. But basically, what you want to try to do is just when you see that arm back, you know he's gonna throw one, and then he throws it, you jump over it. All right, so if you come to this room and you have a little bit of health, what I'd recommend is put your shield on here because you're gonna have to fight 2 red guys. I'm gonna do it without it. So you're gonna have to fight 2 of those red guys. It's the same thing, but what you don't want to do is get them on top of each other. You want to like keep them separated, so don't like be pushing them forward to where you're fighting 2 of them at once. So you're gonna fight this guy first. Same old thing. Jump over his things, hit him. Jump over his things, hit him. Back up. Jump over him, hit him. Or jump over the axe, hit him. And I do that downward kind of. I do that downward stab kind of thing. That's what I do. And then... Oh, I thought there was 2 of them. I don't know why I thought there was 2 of them. There's not 2 of them. There's only 1 of them, so it should be pretty easy, actually. I keep feeling like I'm gonna sneeze, so when I'm like not talking for a bit, I'm like... I like just... You know the feeling of like, you just like want to sneeze? There. Now it's out of me. Now I can keep going. I'm gonna make a new video series about sneezing. Alright, that's down thrust. Okay, so now I can down thrust, right? So you can do this. That's a good feeling. I wonder how many... Oh, they give you 20 points each. That's pretty good. So getting down thrust before you come here is definitely a good idea. You can beat this level without it, but it's better to have it. You definitely need it before you go to level 3, though. Ooh, I was being impatient. That was a risky maneuver. So, I call these guys Darknuts, but they're not actually. In Zelda 2, they renamed them. So the knights in Zelda 1 are called Darknuts, and I just got used to saying it that way. In Zelda 2, they're Iron Knuckles. Basically, what you want to do, you know, beginners would fight them like this. You know, just like standing on the ground, attacking their shield, and the guy's it keeps blocking your shield and all this. That's how you don't want to fight them. The way you want to fight these guys is by jumping in the air and stabbing as you go down. So you're like, as Link is falling down, you're stabbing and stab him in the head. So again, here's another orange Iron Knuckle. Same thing, jump and hit him in the head. If there's a ceiling overhead, it shouldn't make too much of a difference, really. Alright, so there's also red Iron Knuckles. I think the only difference between the orange ones and the red ones is the red ones are a little bit stronger. I don't know if they do anything else besides that, but it's literally the same thing. They're no harder. You just stab them in the head. They're essentially the same thing. Okay, here's another red Iron Knuckle. Like I said, if there's a ceiling above you, it makes it... Look how easy these guys are. I mean, come on. You know, also depending on your environment, enemies can be stronger. Like in this situation, you know, it's like, oh god, how am I going to fight him here? So I'm going to have to get over him, or push him out of the way, or the environment can be a problem too. I mean, for one thing, you just get over there quick enough. I mean, there's that. But let's say that you didn't. You could do that, do your down thrust, and then go back to your old method. So for one thing, this is a place where I recommend using your shield. You know, if you don't have your shield, you don't have it. So I guess I could do this without the shield. But like, this would be a good place to use the shield. I'll say that. So I'm gonna put the shield on. So here's the blue Iron Knuckle. Basically, you start out by, okay, he throws the low shots, he throws the high shots, and you gradually just like move in a little bit closer to him. And after he throws a shot, you stab him in the head, then you back up. Now the other thing about this, you might be wondering, well, why do you back up? Well, the reason why is when you get in really close to him, you can get in one shot, but if you try to do more than that, he starts throwing these knives or swords. He goes into a frenzy and he just starts. He's like, I got hit, and I'm gonna throw a million swords at you. That's why you want to like back up and just kind of rinse and repeat. It's really not hard. I see a lot of people struggle with this, and I know some of you guys are really good at Zelda 2 and some of these games. I saw somebody watch that Mario video that I did, and like, I beat this game when I was 10 years old. Like, why are you even making this video? I did too, but I see the reason why I'm doing this. I see other people streaming or online or making videos, and I see people struggling with some of these games. So while some of these things might seem obvious, you know, to some of us. It's not obvious to everybody, so I'm trying to help out the people that are having a hard time with it. Throw another one, hit them, back up. And that's all you do. Now, like I said, I usually see people have a really tough time with these guys. They're really not hard. Just have some patience. And this fight can go a lot quicker, too, if your sword is more powerful, so definitely be upgrading your sword. And there you go, he's dead. Blue Iron Knuckle. No big deal. By the way, I know there's enemies like this, too. It's like, oh, well, why aren't you talking about, like, the skeletons? It's like, some of these guys are so easy. It's just like, I feel like they're not worth talking about. I just wanted to talk about some of the guys that you might actually have trouble with. So if you see me skipping over, you're like, oh, why didn't you talk about some of these other things? It's like, some of the other enemies are easy. Again, just stab them in the head. That's all you gotta do. Simple. Jump up, stab them in the head. Simple. So I could definitely do another Zelda 2 video later and cover the end of the game, cover bosses or whatever. And if you can think of any other things that you have trouble with in Zelda 2, let me know. Alright. Da-da-da-da. Yay, sword up. Could have used that earlier. Alright, anyway. That's all the tips I have for Darknuts and Lizardmen. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.